All right. Good morning, everybody in YouTube. Um, I had this. Um, this was a question, and like a multi-layered question. It's about gravity. It's about like traction. Like how like a um, how do you, like attraction and repulsion and stuff like that. As an alchemist, I don't see the Earth like somebody that is like an evolutionist. Okay, we our ability, we can't grasp the same concepts. So, but here's how I think about the Earth and about traction and like gravitational to pull or even to push. Um, First, I think of the Earth. I don't think the Earth has an iron core. I think the Earth has a solid mercury core. Even though mercury is liquid at the surface, mercury would be a solid at the core because of the gravitational pressure. And the way I believe the Earth electrical magnetic field and everything works is that the Earth is like a second-hand winding of a transformer from the sun. The sun's induction is what spins. And if you've done any kind of experiments with mercury, you might agree with me, is what I'm trying to get at. But it's how it spins that core. And like I said, underneath that gravitational pressure, the core is solid. And the iron would float on top of it regardless. And I do believe we have an iron planet, but I just believe that our core is mercury. Um, but like to get back to the gravitational, like for attraction and stuff like that. But I think this is how it's attracting us as well. Is the Earth gives off a very low frequency, and I don't think it's the frequency in completely that's making gravitation. But how I see it, like if you want to attract an object, like the wave is going this way, and whether it's a liquid wave or whether it's a frequency wave, it's no different. If you want it to lap around, just go lower. If you want it to like be assaulting, make it a higher wave. The frequency is what I'm saying. But the principle is the same as an alchemist sees this. Is as the wave pushes forward, it's going to rotate the ball and pull the ball this way. Okay? The same thing would apply if you wanted to make a traction device. It would be acoustic, is what I'm trying to get at. That's how it would work. Now, have I built any? No, I've not done anything like that. Yeah, I have played with mercury and I have played with magnetism, and see, that's why I'm saying that gravity, even though some of my stuff was just crude, it almost seemed like gravity was canceled out with mercury and magnetism. Um, I'm just saying that's why I believe the Earth's core is solid mercury under gravitational pressure, floating an iron mantle, and then we have the crust and all that up above it. I believe there's more layers than this. I believe there's probably 5 layers. I just didn't draw it out exactly. But I believe that the iron that is in our planet, I think it's floating on a core of mercury, because mercury gives off magnetic and induction properties that iron cannot, and iron doesn't account. If we're just accounting for how the Earth orbits and how the planets orbit around the sun and other gravitational issues, an iron core doesn't work. Kind of, not in an alchemist's mind. Maybe in y'all's mind. I'm definitely not knocking your field, because you are experts in your field. A lot of people, I've talked to, but I'm just saying, as an alchemist sees it, it's more acoustic, and I believe that it's definitely more of a solid mercury core, instead of iron, but only because of gravity, and because of the properties, and especially like when it when the core slows and stops and starts again and goes the other direction. That's something iron wouldn't do. And if you I'm sorry, y'all. That's where I think your thing is wrong, and I think the mercury core, the solid core, is right. But I'm not saying I'm right in any way. I'm just saying it's how I see it. Okay, the same way we clash on evolution and everything else. we clash. Alchemists we can't go there. But is what it is, take it for what you want, and get out of it what you wish. I mean, if you just think I'm batshit crazy, hey, just tag it and say I'm batshit crazy. But it's all good. It's just how I see it, and I'm sure that the scholarly book learned don't. I know how their beliefs on evolution and other stuff are, but is what it is, y'all. Just my take on gravity, my take on the core, my take on traction waves or whatever. If you're looking for an answer, I would look into a clue stick, in like a cone, and if you're wanting to cancel out gravity, I would look at mercury and magnetism, electromagnetism. But that's stuff I did when I was a kid. That's a long time ago. When you could still work with mercury without, like hazardous and all that kind of crap. So that was a long time ago. But it's just how I see it, and I've seen it all my life that way. But is what it is. Okay, talk to you then, and bye.